Hey guys, I don't think there's anybody on here yet, but I figured out that this is a pretty good platform for just recording videos for the most part. So it's not necessary to do this particular video live. I don't even know if it'll be that helpful to do it, but if anyone's out there want to join in, please go ahead and do so. All right, so I wanted to teach a very helpful pranayama, which in yoga is the yogic term for breathing technique today. So this is very foundational in one of the traditions that I was trained in, and I think it's super helpful. It helps correct problems that we might have with breathing, and it's called Dirgha. So it's also known as yogic breathing or three-part yogic breathing. These are kinds of names that very often are used for this. Okay, so let me go ahead and invite some people who I think might be interested in doing this if they're available. So just give me a second to do that. Just hitting on some people here. See who else there is. Unfortunately, the invites are very small for whatever reason. Hi, Manan, welcome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. We'll see if other people show up a little bit later on. Hey, Sammy, welcome. So we're learning Dirgha. So the way that I like to teach this, if I have the luxury to do so, usually I teach it at the beginning of every vinyasa class, a version of it. And usually there isn't a lot of time to do that. Good morning, Sammy. We're doing pranayams, Melissa. So we're working on Dirgha, and we're going to do it in a different way than we normally do it. So stay on board if you can. Okay. All right. So the first thing that I want you to do is clear out a little bit of space and see if you can lay down. Now, you may want to lay down in the same way that we do for yoga nidra. So you might want something under your knees, lay out your yoga mat. I don't think you want anything covering you for this one. So just make sure that you're bundled up and you're warm enough. But I think we'll be breathing very deeply, so your temperature isn't going to drop that much, okay? So you want to lay down. You want nice, loose, comfortable clothing. And if you're watching this later, of course, you've got time to, you could pause the video and go do that. If you're watching it live, then just do the best that you can. This isn't essential that we do this live. This could be a previously recorded video. It will be just as effective. Okay, so I want you to lay down very comfortably. And the first thing that I want you to do is just become aware of the breathing process itself. Okay, so you're going to lay down. Welcome, Matt. Welcome, Rachel. We're working on Dirgha, which is a pranayama, a breathing technique. So we're going to do it laying down today. You can sit up. So if you have a problem with laying down, you can sit up. But I like to teach this the way I'm teaching it today. I want you to lay down if it's at all possible. So you just lay down, you get very comfortable. And then again, the first step is just becoming aware of the breathing process itself. So you're just noticing the breath. Now there tend to be two places that can be very helpful for just watching the breath. And one is your belly, or your ribs, just sort of noticing the movement that happens there as you breathe. Just really feeling those sensations. And then the other is at the nostrils. There'll be a little bit of movement of air at the nostrils as you breathe in and breathe out. So I want you to you can tune into that, whichever is easier for you. Now, it may not feel like that's very important or significant, but actually just becoming aware of your breath itself begins the relaxation process. So you're laying down, you're comfortable, and we're not changing the breath yet. We're just aware of the breath. Already you may begin to feel the breath change just by being aware of it. Now I'd like you to begin to breathe from your abdomen. So take one of your hands and just place it on your belly. You're just resting the hand there. You're not pressing down. The hand just rests on your belly. Now, without straining, I would like you on the inhalation to have the belly push up so the hand moves up in a noticeable way. As you exhale, the hand descends back down toward the ground, toward the spine. On the inhale, the belly rises and the hand moves up. On the exhale, the belly descends and the hand moves back down gently. No straining. Deep, full breaths in and out without any sense of straining. Just the belly is moving. The ribs are still at this point. Now go ahead and relax your effort. Just return to the natural breath for a moment or two. Relax. Okay, those of you that are joining a little late, we're working on Dirgha. We're laying down to do this. You can do it seated, but I prefer you to lay down. And we first did an abdominal breath. So the abdominal breath is the most natural and efficient way to breathe. If you look at an infant, how it breathes, it uses its abdomen. The belly expands out on the inhale and it moves in on the exhale. Now let's move into thoracic breathing. So thoracic breathing is less efficient and it is generally associated with exercise as well as things like stress and tension. So it's not an ideal way to breathe most of the time, and oftentimes in our culture, this is how people end up breathing. But ultimately, as yogis, we want to be able to breathe however we like, even just as healthy people. So let's try out the thoracic breath. Let's see how that feels. So I want you to take the other hand, you're just going to lay it on your chest. Okay, now for now, I want you to try and keep the abdomen still, but you're going to let your chest move. On the inhale, the chest is going to expand, the hand will move up, and then as you exhale, the ribs will contract, the hand will move down a little bit, maybe not as much as the belly, and that's okay. Okay, so you're laying comfortably on the ground. One hand is on your belly, and that hand is not moving. And the other hand is on your chest, on your rib cage, and that hand is moving. Just the rib cage. Now relax your effort. Breathing naturally, you can relax your hands or arms if you like. How did that feel? Now the last area, which we'll explore when we combine those last two, is the clavicular breathing up here. So the clavicle, when we are doing really exerting ourselves, extreme exertion, or if you have asthma or something like that, the upper clavicle can actually move the muscles in the neck, help to pull this region up and really expand the ribs as fully as possible. And so we're going to add that to the other two for what we call a three-part yogic breath. Okay, so it's a very full, it's really the maximum lung capacity that we have to use as human beings. Now, you don't want to breathe this way all the time. Okay, learning this breath helps to correct, issues we have with our breathing, and it's very relaxing. It helps us deal with stress and anxiety, but it isn't something we want to do all the time. So again, if you're just joining, lay down. You can review the first part later. I'll leave this video up. You don't have to have done that to do this next part with us. Okay. So lay down, get comfortable. You can close your eyes. You don't need to see anything. There's nothing really to look at. And then we're going to start again with the belly breath. So on the inhale, the belly is going to push up. And I want you to have one hand on your belly so you can feel that hand moving. So inhale, the hand comes up, pushes away from the ground and the spine. And as you exhale, the hand descends back down toward the ground, toward the spine. Okay, so we already practiced that. That's the abdominal breath. Now we inhale, we'll take the other hand and put it on the rib cage. So we inhale, belly, that expands, and then the rib cage begins to expand. Now the hand on your belly may go down a little bit, and that's okay, but try and keep all of that expanding, opening. And then on the exhale, the rib cage goes down first, and then the belly pulls in. Okay, so it's inhale, belly, and then ribs. Exhale, ribs, and then belly. I do want to make a point. Sometimes yogis combine everything with the ujjayi sound, the ocean sounding breath, right? Like that sound. I want you to learn to do this without ujjayi. We can combine them, but that's a separate thing. I want you to learn how to do this without any sound, totally silent, very deep, very slow, but there's no sound, not at the nostrils, not at the throat. You know, if you're stuffed up, there might be a little bit of sound, but ideally this is totally silent. Now I'd like you to take the hand that was on your belly and then move it up to the upper part of your chest. So now you have one on your ribs and one on your upper chest. And we're going to try and fill that area. So inhale, belly, ribs, upper chest, right? It lifts up, and then exhale, it comes back down. The ribs come down, the belly comes down. And again, you're laying on your back comfortably as you do this. Inhale, belly, ribs, upper chest lifts. Exhale, upper chest descends, rib cage descends, belly descends. No strain whatsoever. Again, I think it's better if you're laying down, but this can be done seated or standing as well. Now I'm going to invite you to relax your effort. Let the breath return to normal. Notice how you feel. Has there been any shift or change in your internal state? In the nature or frequency of your thoughts? In the mind? The heart? Your emotional state, your mood, how you feel? And even down in our gut. Very often we can feel a holding or tension that is down in our gut. Our gut communicates with us quite a bit. With our eyes still closed, what is our inner state? We're not worried about the future or what's going on outside. Now, as I said earlier, this is not, you don't want to do this all the time. In other words, you don't want to walk around breathing in this way. So this is a technique that you can use while you practice yoga, before your meditation, when you're feeling stressed out or anxious. If you feel less than healthy, please use this technique. Again, I'm going to leave the video up. You can refer to it at any time that you like. If there are any questions, please let me know. And if you got something from this and you want to help support me and help me make more videos like this and keep offering things online, you can do that via PayPal. I'll write that in the comments here. So you can PayPal something to there. Oops. Venmo also works, and if you want to keep updated, you can get onto my Patreon page and join the community of yogis that we have on there, and I'll pull that up for you as well. I'm glad, Rihanna. Thank you. All right, everyone. So again, questions, be sure to let me know. I'm happy to clarify anything that was unclear. Please use this as a resource to help you stay relaxed and calm, feeling anxious, upset, things like that. It's not that they're inherently bad, but very often we don't make the best decisions, and we aren't really our best when we're coming from those places. So these techniques, they've been around for a long time. They work very, very well. And so I hope that you get something from them. All right, everyone. Namaste. Thank you for joining. And I'll see you again maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. Thank you.